Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And hashtag Clownfish was right. Hashtag told ya. Hashtag told you so. Hashtag
Yeah, we get it.
Dancing in the end zone. No. I won't be clear.
Hashtag we get it.
I'm not happy about people being unable to find work, but it is vindication for us. Yet again, we've got the Writers Guild West election results. According to the Hollywood Reporter, the new leaders now must confront the shrinking iceberg of writing jobs in Hollywood. Wow. Because I remember when we said that the Writers Guild strike was not going to go the way people thought. We had people getting so angry. There were multiple threads about us on Reddit talking about how we hated writers, we hated creatives. This asshat,
were terrible.
This asshat thought that we were advocating for physical assault on people that were striking. I'm like, where the fuck do you even get these ideas? And it was because I made the joke about Hail Caesar, where Josh Brolin's character, who was the studio fixer, was slapping George Clooney around. And I'm like, well, it could be worse. It could be like slapping people around. Ha ha ha. Joke, obviously. And this idiot puts that video out there, but whatever. Nobody watched it. So, let's talk about this, because it's not the only time that we've been made aware that things are not good in Hollywood. This is a year ago in Reddit, on the screenwriting subreddit. This time last year, Hollywood writers were on strike. Now many can't find work. The same is true of the animation industry. We keep telling you this. We're not trying to be Debbie Downer. We don't hate creatives at all. We're trying to be real with you people. And this is what drives me up the fucking wall, is like, we're Bilbo Baggins. We're not trying to rob you. We're just trying to help. But they don't want our help.
No, they don't want to hear it. And then, it comes to pass. Now, this is the Writers Guild also that was all like, pro Jimmy Kimmel, and, they were having a hissy about all that stuff. So, I think that the celebrity list and the pushing of Disney and everything is probably going to bite a lot of people in the ass.
Yes.
I think that if they weren't already going all in on AI, if they can go in on AI and replace a lot of you people, they're going to do it now. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that's what they're going to probably do.
That's all we've been saying is, if you give them an incentive to replace you, if you cost too much or you cause them problems.
You talk too much. You threaten them. You threaten the studios. They've got lots of other options right now. Right? I mean, see also the writer's strike in 2007, 2008, when basically it ushered in the era of reality television, because they weren't allowed to do scripted. So they just started putting regular people on TV because, and that's and it worked.
It worked. And now reality TV is huge. So, just keep pushing. So we're going to talk about this before we get to it any further. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. You'll get a woohoo if you do.
Woohoo.
Go out to news.clownfishtv.com. That's news.clownfishtv.com. Get notified when we post new videos. And also, we got some paywalled content, and we are going to be doing a lot more podcasts over there. So stay tuned for that. It doesn't cost you anything to sign up. We took so much crap. Anytime you speak out against the union, we weren't even speaking out against the union per se. All we've said the entire time with the double strikes, this is a very, very bad time to ask for more money.
Yes.
A very bad time to ask for more money.
I think you said it like, not the good time to ask daddy for a pony.
Yeah, you don't ask daddy for a pony when he just lost his job. He just got laid off, right? And that's what these people are doing. They're like, yeah, we know that the studios are in a bad place right now. They overspent. There's a pandemic, and then they overspent on streaming, and they've had a bunch of box office bombs. But now we want to make sure that we get paid twice as much money. It's like, that's not gonna it's not gonna happen. No. So here we go. This is President-elect Michelle Mulrooney and new board members Mike Royce and Molly Nussbaum have pushed for the union to expand outside its traditional jurisdiction and empower writers to reject unpaid labor. Wait. Expand outside its traditional jurisdiction. Are they coming for YouTube?
Probably. They've been trying to. They were talking before they wanted to do it. Well, actually, I think West already was, wasn't it? Or was it East? One of the two was already doing it, and the other one's now wanting to do it too.
So over the next few years, an issue they're going to prioritize is emphasizing the need for the union to organize and do more to help writers resist doing free work. Well, here's the problem. Not everybody's in the union. I know they would like everybody to be in the union, but
There are always people who are willing to work cheaper. Always.
Ask comics how that worked out.
Yeah, and that's basically the race to the bottom of the barrel. And look, I'm gonna be honest. I mean, this might actually be a pro for the unions, or the pro for not settling for less. But the comic book industry, I think, is in the state it's in right now because they start hiring cheaper and cheaper talent, and then that kind of chased away the professionals that needed to make more money, and then it also chased away people who are looking for better quality stuff. And then it became kind of this race to the bottom of the barrel. So they'd sell fewer issues because the talent went to like Hollywood or video games, or people just didn't like the new talent they're bringing in. So fewer people would buy comics, which meant that you have less money to pay people for the next comics you were coming out with. Now we're at a point where most comics are lucky if they see a run of 12 issues.
Yeah.
And they used to come out for decades.
They sell very many of those issues either.
Yeah. So let's see here. Travis Donnelly was elected vice president. Peter Murretti won the secretary treasurer job. Okay, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. Let's see here. Other themes. Okay, they said themes among those who were elected. Oh no, here we go. Oh my God, I was right. Multiple newly elected leaders of the union urged the labor group to organize beyond its usual pool of union members into domains like YouTube.
Yeah,
verticals, podcasts, and other forms of content
because
creation.
They know that's where people are actually going. They know that's where they can get dues from because they, the people that are working in Hollywood, those jobs are going away. So they got to find new jobs. And you know what I say to you? Fuck you, middle finger, because you're the ones trying to dictate to everybody over on YouTube that, it would be a real shame if you couldn't join them and SAG-AFTRA. If you couldn't join our ranks because of, you're not towing the line we want you to. Hell no. Sit and spin, and they better not come over here and try to mandate that you have to hire union people like they did over in Hollywood.
Yeah, that's not going to work.
Hell
I'm sorry.
No.
And that's actually what really made us go harder in the paint on the anti-union stuff with SAG-AFTRA was because there are YouTubers who are part of SAG-AFTRA. We're actually eligible, but have not joined, but we actually are. There's no way in hell I'd join. We're actually eligible for it because there's certain criteria you got to meet. We meet all the criteria, right? I would never do it because during the strikes, they were telling YouTubers and podcasters that they weren't allowed to cover any Hollywood productions at all, that they were supposed to strike too, even though they were YouTubers covering this stuff. If you were not in the union, if you were a tryhard, a wannabe, you were supposed to stand in solidarity. So, when Hollywood got turned back on, you would be allowed to go to the press junkets and all that kind of stuff. It'd be a real shame if you wanted to be an extra on a show. And we remember 6 years ago that you did a video about Disney when we were on strike.
It'd be a real shame if I said, fuck you.
And it's mostly,
wait, I just did.
It's mostly like Adam Conover and that bunch. I mean, these people were just trying to control everything. God.
Yeah, sorry. I'm not going to tell you the words I'm thinking about right now with him. But anyway.
So, oh my God, yeah, this is Conover. Is this Conover? They said Conover ran entirely on a platform devoted to growing the union. Well, okay, Conover was the predecessor then.
But he lost, right?
He lost, yeah.
Womp, womp.
Or he lost or he quit. Okay, incumbents, Adam Conover, Rob Foreman, Maggie Levin were elected seats. Okay, he's still on the board of directors, but he's... fuck that guy. Adam Conover.
He ruins everything. So
he did. He ruined, like, my opinion. I'm going to be completely honest. Because of Adam Conover, almost single-handedly because of Adam Conover, my view of unions in the entertainment industry it just fell off a freaking cliff. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I can't even, like, the stuff he's asking for. They were trying people, throwing them out of the union, trying to get them blacklisted. I mean, it was insane. It was insane, the lengths that they were going to try to keep people out of Hollywood because they didn't play ball like they thought. And they were accusing people of writing during the strike. And they're like, I didn't write. I did the stuff I was allowed to do. And then they're like, well, you're going to be blacklisted from Hollywood because I said something. Like, who the fuck are you? I mean, seriously, you're just like some dude with a coif that had a show that everybody forgot about. And, oh, yeah, you were like the Teamster during the first writer's strike, back when it actually mattered, right? Because you actually could shut down Hollywood, but that doesn't work anymore.
No.
So he pissed me off more than any single person in this whole thing. Anyway, Mulroney pointed out, we're sitting on a shrinking iceberg and must be willing to look beyond our current employers.
So Wait, but looking about our current employers, I mean, we're going to go take over
YouTube.
Podcasting YouTube. No, you're not. No, you're not.
No. Do you think people like us are going to let you? Do
Well,
you think we're going to join?
Not just that. If they wanted your shit, they'd be watching it, wouldn't they?
That's exactly it.
They don't want your shit. So take it, pack it up, stuff it up your ass, and head back over where you're already in your own corner and stay there.
So this is a whole thing. And I know when I talked about Jimmy Kimmel earlier today, and people were pointing out that, in the target demographic, he really doesn't do that great. He only gets like 150,000 people in the target demographic. He might get a couple million people watch him, but by YouTube standards, that's pathetic. And, these people are all union. They're way overpaid. Colbert writers are way overpaid. They're losing millions and millions of dollars. And you don't think the studios are paying attention and being like, we can make content so much cheaper. Like there are individuals that are probably bringing in more ad revenue than a lot of these shows that we're spending millions of dollars to produce.
There's individuals that get more views per episode than these yutzes do. And they're being written by how many people? How many writers are on staff?
Yeah. Yeah.
We just pull it out of our ass. And we've gotten more views sometimes.
We have to look beyond our current employers. Yeah. Well, who fucking told you that was going to happen?
But here's the thing. They're not an employer. Getting people to join your union that maybe do podcasting or maybe do YouTube, right? So you get them to get their dues. They're not employers. So where are you going to get employed? YouTube isn't going to employ you. Podcasting isn't going to. A podcast maybe, but I doubt it.
Well,
if you're not a personality, they're not going. They're like, screw you. We don't care.
Yeah, what they'll do is they'll unionize like the bigger podcast companies, bigger podcast studios. Maybe like
and then those studios will go under.
Then they'll go under because they have to pay people way too much. Mm-hmm. And I think where I get hung up on the unions too. It wasn't just because it used to be once upon a time the unions actually did what they were supposed to do, which is help people get fair pay, have fair working conditions, have more of a work-life balance, make sure that the employers weren't taking advantage of them, because back in the day there weren't a lot of other options. You could just walk down the street and go get another job. You were basically there for life, so you had to make sure you made the best of it, right? It's very different, especially with the creative industries. It's very different too, because it's always been kind of gig work, right?
Well, you said that. They said about gigs too.
Oh, really?
Next paragraph, yes.
Oh, my God. It's as if I'm psychic. But no, just before we get on to that, what pissed me off about it was twofold. It was like the unions, like the Kickstarter union, that tried to bully their company into deplatforming people they did not like. And they wanted to, the employees wanted to be the bosses, and they wanted to be able to sign off on whatever Kickstarter would help fund, which was way overstepping their bounds. It's like, fine, better working conditions, fine, fair pay, equitable pay, fine, that's fine. When you start getting into telling your company what they can't produce, it'd be like, you know what, I know I'm working here at the Reese's peanut butter cup factory, but I'm allergic to peanuts. So we're all going to get together and tell you, Mr. Reese or Hershey or whoever the hell, you're not allowed to make Reese's peanut butter cups anymore, because I personally am allergic, and I think it's unethical that you're making me work in the
other peanut allergy. No offense to anybody with peanut allergies, by the way. Neon also has peanut allergies.
I do. That's why I'm saying I can make that.
It's like they're going to get all their other peanut allergy friends to come in, and then they're going to try to overtake the company, and then the company's going to go under.
Yeah.
That's what they've been doing, and it never works.
And they want to install these people into YouTube productions. And look, Hollywood, I'm telling you right now what they're doing. Listen to this, right? This is what they're doing. They're moving their productions out of LA, out of California. They're moving to other states like Nevada and Texas to get away from people like you. That's what they're doing.
Pretty much. If you go down further, though, they're talking about, unions' health plans and gig work and stuff. But you go down here, they're talking about, down next paragraph. They said also important, back up a little bit. Also important to elected candidates was protecting union members from threats of their work from generative AI and improving diversity, equity, inclusion in the union. Well, you're just done, because the companies are avoiding that DEI shit. Not saying they won't hire diverse people and things like that, but they're staying away from anything that's DEI. It has a name, DEI, because they know that the American people are just sick of it. But generative AI, generative AI, gonna tell you right now, that's gonna happen. No question, because it's happening anyway, and because you guys keep being such a pain in the ass and demanding the moon, it might not be right now, but as soon as they can get it through, the studios are going to do it. Especially after the whole Jimmy Kimmel debacle and everything else, with the celebrities were all like, free speech, man. Only because it's ours, it might be threatened. Disney's going to remember that. They're not going to tell you they're going to do it, but they already have a department for this.
They're all doing it. This is I'm going to do a video tomorrow talking about Wizards of the Coast, I think, too, but they're all using it. They're all using AI right now. They're just not telling you people because you're going to have a shit fit about it, and it's not quite ready for prime time yet. So they're going to keep you, like with animation, they're negotiating with the animators. They gave another like 3-year extension. It was like last year or something like that, because they're basically biding their time until they get everything in order. And it's like, okay, we're going to start sending stuff to India now or Korea now. And we're going to use more and more generative AI. And these people are going to have a shit fit. Well, we only have to deal with them for like 3 years now. We're not going to hire as many of them. This is what happened. I mean, speaking of people that have like taken a steaming dump on us, one of our most vocal critics was bragging about how they were working in the animation industry. They knew better than we did.
We didn't know anything. Yes.
We didn't know anything. Still unemployed. They got laid off in the animation industry like 2 years ago. They're still unemployed. They're not working in the animation industry because nobody's hiring in the animation industry. They're actually
it was funny.
Cutting back.
We don't know what we're talking about, but people that have been in the animation veterans for years said the same things we did. But what do we know?
We talk to a lot of people. They come to us and they're like, hey, things are like so much worse than even you guys are talking about. Let me tell you what's going on. It's like, holy shit. We had people working in the animation industry that were like selling everything that wasn't nailed down.
Which we don't think is great. Like people are like,
I think it's terrible.
No, we don't. What we try to do is we try to say, hey, you know what? There's a truck going to hit you. There's a truck going to hit you. You know, if you can do these things, you can maybe avoid the truck hitting you and you'll survive the truck hitting you. There's a truck. It's right. It's coming. Shut up, you bigot.
It's not even a fast truck. It's like the steamroller.
Like, we told you.
The steamroller in Austin Powers. Like, you can see it. You've got plenty of time to move.
But they're too busy yelling at us that we're bigots and we're terrible people, that they aren't moving out of the way of the steamroller. That we're like, it's right there.
And it's, about 15 minutes, give or take, it's going to hit you.
You need really to move.
Slow moving.
Go back to the other thing for a second. I was going to point out that they're talking here and they're saying, go back up a little bit, that paragraph. So they're saying that, They're talking about let the cancer hit. But Guild did a wonderful job during the strikes, tapping into the power of social media to motivate and clear up misinformation. What misinformation? I mean, us saying that you just wanted you want to mandate writers' rooms that were too large. It was never going to work. That misinformation. Because I'm trying to think what misinformation it was. There wasn't any misinformation. You guys were out there handing out people going to. I don't know if it was number SAG after, but these unions were going out to like Universal Hollywood and handing out flyers during Halloween Horror Nights, while those people were getting treated a lot worse than they were.
And these people weren't even union, and customers, guests, theme park guests were being harassed. They wanted to go for that, and they had to deal with these people. And then you had other people in Hollywood who actually under normal circumstances would probably agree with you. They were harassing Jamie Lee Curtis because she went to Comic-Con to support her kid who was doing independent comics. They were harassing anybody because they're like, you're promoting Hollywood by going to Comic-Con. It's like, no, bitch, I'm just going because my kids
there were other people that were like going to conventions that weren't even Comic-Con. They weren't allowed to talk about anything because of the strikes. It was stupid. But now they're getting ready again. Union members will certainly be hearing more from the WGA West in the next few months as a labor group prepares to go back to the negotiating table with major Hollywood companies for the first time since the 2003 strike.
It's like constant negotiations, right? It's like,
I know. It's like
the election cycle. It's just you're like, you basically, okay, you do your campaign, you get elected. Then as soon as you get elected, day after you get reelected, you start planning your next campaign, and that's all it is.
But darn well the studios are getting tired of their shit.
Yes,
and it's you already took a hit. You are exactly as we said would come to pass. You're going to demand the moon, and what's going to happen is you might get some of that or get most of what you asked for, but there's going to be fewer of you left, and now we're going to see another return to that. And if you're thinking you're going to get away, you're going to get out of you're having generative AI replace you. I hate to tell you, I don't like AI that much, but I'm telling you, they are tired of your shit, and they're going to probably find any way they can to replace you with AI.
Yes, especially if you're a pain in the ass, right? This come from Reddit. So again, if we're lying to you about the state of things, Don't listen to us, listen to Reddit. This time last year, Hollywood writers were on strike. Now many can't find work, and it was actually published by NPR. And we're talking like over a year ago, but here's a section of it. Things are tough for those who've been in the business for decades. Because a lot of people that are getting cut are the people that are newer, and a lot of them are, basically have like ridiculous expectations of what they should get paid, and they should be.
Well, they were coming in when there was a boom, and now the boom's gone.
Yep. I reach out to my agent, and he tells me it's really bad out there. Hopefully it will turn around, says John Sherman, who hasn't had a writing assignment for 3 years. He began his career 30 years ago writing for Bill Nye the Science Guy. He also wrote and produced for the original TV series Frasier. Sherman was a WGA strike captain outside Amazon Studios last year. It's been the first time in a long career for which I'm grateful that I've had a long layoff. I've reached a point where I'm like, oh, this time feels different. And this is a guy who lived through the 2007, 2008 strikes too. And he's even like, this is different. Well, the difference is back then they needed you. They needed you.
Yeah. Streaming services, there's constant content out there. More content you could ever watch. They don't need you.
Yeah, and that's the problem.
And they're taking other jobs. I honestly would recommend that you do that. I would put other jobs first, and if you can get a writing gig, great. But, I just don't think they're going to be there. And I think if we're having other negotiations coming up soon, it's going to be even fewer people.
Yeah. People were talking about, they're like, writing careers kind of come and go. The fact this guy was a Hollywood writer and he was in the industry for 30 years, I mean, that really says something, because, people do come and go all the time.
It's a gig. It's all
gig.
Of Hollywood.
All of it
is, gig to gig. That unless you have like somehow a deal with them that you are, paid to stay on staff, it's gig to gig.
Yeah. People are talking about like, what degree do I get to go get a job at the movie factory? And like, it doesn't work that way. And it's the same with like, people think that with comics and animation too, that you basically go get your degree and then you're owed a job because you have a degree, or I'm owed a job because I'm in a union. Actually, I was covering a story a month or so ago about a Disney Channel star who cited a study that less than 2% of SAG-AFTRA members were actually employed as actors full-time. Less than 2%.
Yeah, that's why they want to move into podcasting and YouTube. They'll take you, they want you to pay them. Doesn't mean they're going to do jack shit for you, but they want you to pay them because they need that money. And so they don't have enough people left here. They have to go outward. It's not about better conditions for you over here. No. It's about them spreading their tentacles into all that stuff to try to suck out the money from you people because you're dumb enough to, I know, yes, of course, because you're dumb enough to give it to them.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's just it. And there's so many wannabes out there that just fork it over. And then the people on the top, like Adam Conover, just, kick back and collect a check. They don't have to actually produce anything. They can just, show up and get paid with your money. I mean, it should piss you off. It's like a nonprofit. It's mostly,
right? There's no other reason for them to go into YouTube and podcasting, because they don't hire writers for that for the most part. That's stupid. But they're going to go in there and offer people like, oh, you qualify under this, and this because you'll pay them.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. So there we go, guys. Hashtag Clownfish was right. And again, I'm not happy about people losing their jobs. I want to be very clear about that. We were just trying to tell you this is not gonna go the way you think.
We tried to tell you the steamroller was coming.
The steamroller was coming.
Screaming at us, and you got rolled.
So there you go. We're gonna wrap it up.
Yeah. Sorry, Pancake Patty. You should have listened.
Pancake Patty?
I don't know. I'm tired.
It sounds like a hooker, like a hooker from the 20s. Like, that's Pancake Patty. She's like cooking pancakes because her business isn't good because of the Great Depression. She ain't got no teeth.
I'm tired. Just leave me alone.
She had her teeth all pulled out. All she can eat are pancakes. Don't ask why she got her teeth pulled out.
That's Suction Sally. You just get this confused.
So, please subscribe for more. I don't know why you would. But please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.
For more pop culture news, views, and rants, go to news.clownfishtv.com. That's news.clownfishtv.com.